Welcome back to a brand new review. Today's video is on Only Murders in the Building, Season 5, Episode 7, entitled Silver Alert. With the official synopsis being, the mayor warns the trio about the billionaires, sending them to investigate further at a villainous lair upstate, as Oliver boots it in a attempted escape. And before I give out my review, please like, subscribe, comment, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Letterboxd for more reviews, TikTok as well, and just sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Each episode of this TV show has a special Easter egg that is seen in the opening for each episode. Episode 7's Easter egg was Bash's son Algie being seen in each of the trio's apartment on the opening. Whenever someone turned on the lights, opened up curtains, he would be there with his creepy and menacing presence, seeming as if he wants to do something bad to the trio for whatever reasons. But that was episode 7's Easter egg, Bash's son Algie and his creepy and horrible presence. Due to their new 3-year contract with WonderFi, the trio legally cannot say anything negative against the billionaires because of them being the newest owners of the company. They decide to interview Mayor Tillman, and despite the huge bombshells that Mayor Tillman gives the trio, I still can't trust him. I am still 50-50 on his character for more than just one reason. The first bombshell that he drops is Bash is responsible for both murders, and he says that if Bash is accused of doing something, more than likely he did it. When Mayor Tillman was first running for the elections, it seemed as if he was going to lose, but with Bash investing millions of dollars in his campaign, like he says, if they pay you now, you are going to owe them later. And with being forced to do the different favors by Bash, whether it being something small or something large or extreme, he does feels like a puppet. And at the same time, I think that is true. I think Mayor Tillman is a puppet with the billionaires. I think the billionaires are the real ones calling the shots when it comes with different things in regards to New York, the casino, something that they want to get done, they will likely make it happen. And with Bash basically owning the police, yeah, it's just a huge mess of situations for Mayor Tillman. Like, a part of me wants to believe him, but a part of me just doesn't trust him because of his known ties with the billionaires and just the possibilities of what they could do to him if they found out he was talking about them. Like, what if he is being blackmailed? What if he is the owner of the missing finger that has been seen all throughout season 5? Like, the endless possibilities of Mayor Tillman are there. And I think the comment about his assistant Romy being extremely fast and getting things done was not a throwaway line. I think Romy can be someone that's possibly a little suspicious, but nothing to the extent of Mayor Tillman and the billionaires. But her possibly being the person that broke inside of Charles's apartment to take the missing finger because of her being Bash's niece, I think is plausible. I think is there, but we'll see down the line. And with Mayor Tillman's help, the trio are able to find out about the whereabouts of the billionaires, as they are having some sort of special gathering at Bash's mansion with no security, no one of important presence being there, and as well as just no service. So, like, if something were to happen, no one is coming. It takes them all the way to Connecticut, and at first glance, Bash's mansion does look a little creepy. Like, it just has that eerie presence, like something dark or disturbing happens here. And with the three billionaires and their known connections to whoever, it wouldn't be surprising. We are introduced to the kid Algie as seen in the opening of this episode, and as unsurprisingly, he does bring a creepy presence to his character. Like the kid actor does a good job for his character. Like Algie, creepy all around, is seen anywhere and everywhere at one bit of moment, from talking to the trio, from swimming in the empty pool that Bash mentions, to watching the trio and the billionaires playing games. Just a creepy presence all around. The trio trying to act like normal citizens with playing normal games like Operation isn't going to work for me. And this trophy that they're playing for definitely does have like a off feeling towards it, which I'll explain later on in the video. But as unsurprisingly, the trio gets caught in goofy ways, with Oliver trying to escape because he wants no part of the funny business that the billionaires have going on. And because of getting caught, the trio watches the billionaires play different games for a long time until they decide to separate, and each of them talking to their own retrospective billionaires. With Camila and Oliver, their interactions were pretty short basically, but Camila definitely does have psycho tendencies in my opinion, with how she threatened to basically chop off Oliver's nuts and torture him in gruesome ways due to him not saying thank you for the apartment redecoration that she did at his apartment. And at the same time though, he never asked for it. For Charles and Bash, their talking was a little more longer. Bash talks about how he quote unquote hates death, and ever since his father's death, he has been trying to find ways on how to stay alive for his son, possibly forever, with using whatever newest health resources technology is available for his son Algie and for his possible older kids that we haven't seen at all this season. For Jay and Mabel, I don't know if they are still trying to tease a possible relationship between these two, but I kind of don't see it happening, because he has already lied to her face many times already, not only about being the owner of the missing finger, but with just other things in regards to this whole ordeal with both deaths. Like, I hope they don't make Jay and Mabel a thing, because she has already had different relationships throughout the past 5 seasons, and with this, I don't want it to happen, but if it does happen, I wouldn't be surprised. But with all of the interviews basically going nowhere with each of the members of the trio, Mabel makes a really bold decision in challenging the billionaires of a game. And if the trio wins, the billionaires have to answer the questions the trio asks. But if the billionaire wins, then the trio have to stop investigating them forever. Oliver wanting no part of this game is understandable, because he has a lot to lose now with being married to Loretta and just his life in general. I understand, but at the same time, he is being a little bit inconsiderate to me. Like, the trio needs you. Charles and Mabel need you. You are a part of this as well. Y'all have been doing this for over 5 years now, and all of a sudden you want to leave? You're scared? Like, both of them are scared. Like, I didn't like that with Oliver. For the game that both teams decide to play, it is a name guessing game where both teams, the billionaires and the trio, have to name as many different people with the category that they are given within 60 seconds. The billionaires were given the names of politicians, different people in different countries. The trio were given names involved with Broadway. And to my surprise, they shockingly won due to remembering a lot of Oliver's stories and showing that they are not friends. They are one weird, unique, special family. And them remembering all of the information that Oliver has told them in the past was really cool and just wholesome to see. And as expected by not only me, but many viewers of this TV show, that the night of both murders, the reason that the game happened was because of the contract of the first ever casino, as mentioned by that worker in the last episode, as that is what every single billionaire was striving to get, is that contract to open up New York City's first ever casino, as only one permit is allowed. And yeah, basically that is what they were fighting for. And the trophy containing the missing finger is just not surprising. But who did they pay to get the finger? Who did they pay off to break inside of Charles's apartment to get the finger? Was it Romy? Was it one of the staff workers at the Arconia? Like, who did they pay off a lot of money to get that finger? And Jay telling the trio that they are in more danger than before because of that finger just has me interested and just really hell-bent on seeing who does this missing finger belong to, because yeah, this has been insane all season long with this finger. Oliver in the meanwhile is having his own set of complications. Since there were no servers throughout the entire episode, none of his messages were being sent out to Loretta saying that he's quote-unquote missing, he's quote-unquote gone, if something happens, just be careful. And because of that, Loretta put him on a silver alert for missing people, for older senior citizens. His problems go from bad to worse when two people that are trying to take their horse to somewhere think that he's crazy, and I think is about to call people to have him taken away to be treated for whatever, like poor Oliver. But I don't understand why the billionaires didn't try to trap Charles and Mabel inside of Bash's apartment, trying to make sure that they don't get away with this missing finger, and Oliver returning in a pretty goofy but crazy way was just pretty cool to see the trio escaping in a slowly manner. But the episode basically ends with just the trio now being back, waiting for Detective Williams to come and finally take the missing finger and finally get a possible ID on who this finger belongs to, until they are interrupted by Camila White, who basically threatens them at gunpoint to not only get the missing finger, but just also admitting that she was the one to make the offer towards Oliver's apartment, and as well as just the other residents at the Arconia, with her plans of turning her version of the casino into the Camila Club, with casinos, different events and activities everywhere throughout the Arconia. But that is how episode 7 ended off, with the trio being back to square one again with this finger being taken away from them, unfortunately. Horrible. But yeah, that was episode 7 for you. We had new characters being introduced, the billionaires still being on a rampage mission with everything, and just suspects still coming here and now. With 3 more episodes left, anything is possible. And as far as my suspect list goes, my first person is Mayor Tillman. Despite the huge bombshells that he dropped in this episode about accusing Bash of being responsible for the murders, I still don't trust him. I think that information about him being a puppet in this game with all of the billionaires is true, like him being forced to do the favors of these billionaires. And what if he is being blackmailed? Like, what if he is responsible for these murders, but he didn't want to kill neither person? I think him being person number 5 makes a lot of sense and is definitely plausible on that night. And I don't know, like, I just can't trust him. Like, I think maybe the information that he told the trio was like a huge misdirection to make sure that he doesn't get implicated in all of the foolishness that the billionaires have caused. But I think there is a chance of him being person number 5. I think there is a chance of the missing finger belonging to him. And yeah, with Mayor Tillman, I have my eyes on you. My second suspect is Sophia. Like in the last video that I made, I decided to drop off Lorraine as one of my suspects because I just don't see her killing her own husband or Nikki. Like, yeah, she may have known about the things that was going on, but I just don't see her being a killer. But for Sophia, on the other hand, I could see it. I think there is a possibility that Sophia found out about the whole ordeal about the contract of the casino, and she wanted to get a part of it, possibly win the contract. Like, Nikki had dreams and aspirations of being a poetry writer and living far away from the mob life, living somewhere in Italy. But what if that was his dreams and not Sophia's? Like, I know there has been like a small theory going around that I saw on Reddit about her possibly wanting to expose the casino and the billionaires, but she couldn't do it on her own hands because of just the possible legal ramifications that could come after her from mobsters, the billionaires, and just other highly connected people. Like with Sophia, she has already lied a bunch of times in this season about different things, and I could see it. I could see it that she might have known about the contract of the casino and wanted to be a part of it, and she did talk to Charles and Mabel on the night of both murders, so her being there wouldn't be surprising. Randall. I still don't have really like good theories, but here's what I am thinking. I think that Randall might have been there on the night of both murders, and the fact that he wrote "Die Lester Die" on the table, he could say all that it was about Lester the robot. I don't believe him. I think he was expressing and voicing out his frustrations about Lester and the possible dealings that he might know about him and Nikki. Because according to Ursula in episode 5, the Velvet Room, the casino, was quote-unquote the worst kept secret of the Arconia. So if she knew about it, and as well as just other possible staff workers, what if Randall knew about it? And what if Randall was just extremely frustrated with Lester by that point, of maybe not getting involved with the dealings with him and Nikki, and just decided that he wanted to eliminate Lester to now be a part of it? And what if that night he saw his chance and saw Lester and decided to eliminate him? Like Randall, I just don't trust him, and yeah, there's that. Althea, like, despite her and Mabel's newly found friendship, I still don't trust Althea. She may have money, she may have connections. She talks about one of her workers is a known killer or has killed people. I don't think that was a joke. I think there was some truth to that. Her being person 5 that night is a little unlikely, but I think that there is a chance that she might have ties with the billionaires, but in ways that might be completely different that we know of as of yet. But yeah, those are my suspects. Thank you for watching. As always, 3 more episodes left. Until next time, see you next Tuesday.